What makes a good scan?
What is a selection?
What are layers?
What is resolution?
What is a JPEG?
What is TIFF?
What is RGB?
How do I crop a picture?
What is a zoom tool?
What is a clone stamp?
What are levels?
My name is Eric Basir, and I have produced this unique photo restoration and retouching foundations video course to answer all these questions and more. In my classes and workshops, I have taught hundreds how to preserve and restore their personal photographic collections with Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Photoshop Elements. Now you can have me as your personal instructor in this 10-lesson course. After studying the videos and easy-to-read workbook, you'll finish with a firm foundation of how to use Adobe Photoshop or any other photo editing program confidently and correctly. Welcome to our new time slot. Those of you who are watching this on demand, well, doesn't make a difference to you. Those of you who are watching it live, I would like to take this special occasion on this new time slot to announce my candidacy for mayor of the city of Chicago. Just kidding. You know, I'm a photo retoucher, not a politician. So don't expect any big surprises from me. But the one thing you can count on is a big surprise of the work, the pictures that we're working on here. Now, we are having, because of the new change, we are having a couple technical difficulties here. So if you just give me a second, I'll make a little adjustment. I spent a whole hour trying to prepare for this show, and I still didn't get the camera right. So we shall continue now that we got that right. Well, you know where we left off, working on the Grand Master Moses Powell, trying to make his picture look a little better than how it did when the customer gave it to me. So we're just about done. In the last segment, I promised that we would finish it up because pretty much we're done with it. There's a few other issues that we'd like to deal with. So let's look at where we left off. Scrolling down here, we had various layers. Now I will change the panel options here for slightly smaller thumbnails. I like to do them big so that it's easier to see on screen. But you can see where my cursor is. So here's how we started. This is how we've ended up. Let's get in a little closer in this area. Alright, so that's an improvement. Now at this stage, I like it where it's at. So what we'll do is actually make another revision and we'll flatten this one out. So go to Save As. Better yet, let's do this. Duplicate, Image, Duplicate. We're going to check Duplicate Merged Layers Only. So what that will do, that will duplicate this image, but it will actually merge all those layers into one. And I'll change it from R3 to R4 because this will be the latest revision or latest version. Then I'll go down here, go to the other one that's R3, and you might be able to see that up there. I'm not sure how well my mouse pointer is, but right up here it says R3. So we'll close this one and don't save it. So now we're stuck just with R4. Duplicate this background layer. And let's do some more, fine tuning. Right here we have a little light spot. You can take the burn tool or I like to grab the history brush. Now keep in mind, this is an advanced tutorial. This is for advanced retouchers, people who are experienced. And I'm just dabbing in. You'll notice up here, my history brush options were changed to multiply, opacity 20%. And wipe here, wipe there, wipe there. Little dab. Look at this. Before, after. Alright. Now he's a little too light in his shadow areas. So I actually want to just help him out a little bit there. Got the same settings with the same brush. Now I'll jump to the healing brush. And we'll just option click and paint, option click drag. It's different from the, always different from the clone stamp tool. Now, I did want to say that if you ever have questions during the live show, to definitely log in and chat. Just send your messages right there. Say, hey, I'm here, got something for you. In fact, got someone just from good friend from way back in the day. He's tuning in from California. Not sure if I should mention his name, but he's actually been a customer of ours. So let us continue examining the image. Zoom out, zoom in, get the big picture. Before, after. So we have his teacher looking better. Alright. Now there's some other dull spots. It's kind of dark up in here. So let's go back to that history brush. And let's drop the opacity down to 10% at multiply mode. And let's try to wipe in these shadow areas. In fact, I'm going to pump it up to 40. Because if you do it too little, then you just keep painting and painting and painting and you don't really notice it. Now see, by doing that, I've given him some shape in his arm. Before it was kind of flat. Now it's looking somewhat three-dimensional. And I'll burn this in a little bit. It's kind of like a ghost, It's a little eerie, in fact. But you have to really respect the original. You don't want to change it. If it bothers you, well, too bad. Like I always say, I always tell people about that story that, that restoration I saw. And the customer asked the retoucher to, remove the picture of, there was a ancestor of theirs who was part of the Nazi army and navy or something, and there's a big swastika in the background, and they wanted to take that out, and yeah, I know, I'm definitely not a fan of Adolf Hitler, and he certainly deserves his place in hell, but history is history. We want to respect that, So here I'm giving a little more shape. Maybe I overdid it down there, because actually the flash is lighting that area up. So really we want to just deal within here. So we want to respect history, respect it for what it is. And you become dogmatic, you end up changing history, and you're no different from people of the past. We have to be responsible. So now here I see some of the color cast goofiness going on in here. It's kind of magenta looking, and then it's kind of yellow over here. So let's fix that right now. I thought we were going to fix this tonight, and it seems like I can't get over it. I want to keep working on the picture, but at some point you have to stop. Otherwise, you'll have nothing. You won't get anything done. So get my picture out of the frame there. So I just grabbed the paintbrush tool, switched it to color mode, and let's get a brush size, let's say 25% hardness, and I will option click or alt option click this area in here because I don't like that red halo that's coming up. I'm just going to paint just like that. Not too close. We do have some problems because we have a luminosity issue, but I think we can get away with it.